Okay, how many of you practice metta meditation now and then? No. Okay. And do you know how to practice metta meditation? Our teacher Chami Sayadaw advised us to practice metta meditation, and not like Buddhism meditation, but practice about 5 to 10 minutes before the vipassana. So the purpose is so that the mind becomes stable. When the mind becomes stable, we can penetrate completely vipassana quicker and deeper. So that's the purpose. But we have never really talked about how to practice metta, loving kindness meditation before. So today's topic will be on that. So not only the whole as loving kindness, but metta meditation. Metta or loving kindness meditation, today's topic. Before we start that, today is for us, our society is a special occasion for some time now, because we have stopped Dhamma gathering meditation like over 2.5 years because of COVID. And this is the first time we gather as a meditation group. And also some of you already know, we have actually started the residential meditation retreat center since May the 1st. Anybody can come at any time and finish at any time based on your work schedule. Just register it. Maximum will be 4 yogis. Maybe only 1 or 2, doesn't matter. So residential retreat is open. CLA is always here to guide through. And today we are going to talk about loving kindness or metta meditation. But not only to this group, we have a lot of online yogis, just by coincidence, I could say, or something good come out of COVID. Quite a number of online meditators have been following our channel and Dhamma talks and practice. At least about 100 within 24 hours and about 150 within a week, minimum. Sometimes it goes up to 300-400, that much. Our SMSC YouTube channel, Dhamma Talk, has that kind of a regular following. So this talk will be made available on that line as well. That's why we are videotaping today. Metta or loving kindness meditation. We'll use the word metta. Metta is friendliness, having welfare for others with a feeling of benevolence. That is metta. The opposing dhamma, opposite to metta, is ill will, hatred. That is a totally opposing force. You can call it a near enemy. And a distant enemy, indirect enemy, is the raga, lust. This raga can deceive a lot of yogis who are practicing loving kindness. You think you are practicing loving kindness, but this raga or lust, in a certain level, is so subtle you don't even know that you are having that. In your mind, you think that is loving kindness. So this is the distant enemy. Raga. So that's just about it. We are not expanding on loving kindness. And loving kindness can be, of course, practiced in three ways, or three modes, I should say. One is physically in deed. We are helping people, services. Okay. Whenever a person in need, you go out and do it without any expectation, without any agenda. That is the loving kindness in action in terms of deed. And loving kindness in terms of speech, then a lot of us do quite often. It's chanting. Okay? There are many verses, traditional way, or different group, different center has different pattern, and we chant. Some will say, may you be well, happy and peaceful, like out aloud, verbally. May you be free from suffering, and so on. That chanting is loving kindness in action in terms of speech, verbally. It's just developing a feeling of love and kindness by saying out aloud with a sound. The first one is in action, without any expectation, physical action. But we always know there are three modes: physical, verbal, and mental. There's a mentally you can develop loving kindness. So, in here is there are many center, places, groups. They have their own techniques and methods. Okay. It varies one to the other. So what we are going to do here is we are going to talk not this technique or that technique or this method or that method. It is going to be in accordance with what the Buddha has instructed. Of course, some of the words, maybe the modern words we'll be using. But what Buddha intended and how has been written in the scripture. Loving kindness. The first thing one need to be careful is raga, lust. It's very tricky. It can deceive you, especially if you are practicing intensely, and you will know why later. As loving kindness, that is the foremost important to be aware of. Secondly, meditation. Whatever kind of meditation, there is an object to meditate upon. even Vipassana, full foundation of mindfulness. Those are the objects. And samatha too, many different things. Artis, kala, and so on. So, in loving kindness, there is an object. That object is a living being. Not necessarily a human being, but it is a being, sattva. That is the object. The focus is on that object. Concentration is on that object. That object must be a living being, a person. That's narrowed down to the human level. Let's call it a person. But it can be a dog or a cat, or any animals, land animals, or devas, whatever beings that you intend to focus upon. So let's say human being, a person. We focus upon a human being. That is the focus of the meditation object. And as it is a person, let's divide it into 3 groups. There are so many people. 3 groups is how we become more practical for the practice. 1 group is that is near and dear to you. Somebody you like, somebody you love. That's 1 group. Another group is someone who is indifferent or neutral to you. The simplest example is a stranger on the street. You neither hate or love. That is a neutral or indifferent person. That's 1 group. And the 3rd group is that you don't like, that you hate, your enemy. So 3 groups of people in general can be divided among human beings. As a person, you identify in that way. Someone you like, someone you hate, someone in the middle. That 3 division has to be clearly understood. Proceed with loving kindness. Now once you have that understanding, first of all, you are developing loving kindness. Loving kindness is when you develop, it is a sense of welfare, well-being for others. So we can put it in this way. You wish them well. In other words, physically healthy, your health. Because you like to be healthy and you wish other people to be healthy. And also other people to be happy, healthy, happy. And in some cases, especially there are a lot of lay people in their cases, prosperity. Wish them prosperity, healthy, happy, and peaceful. That is what we can wish for others, the best that we can. Of course, as soon as you say be happy, that means it covers, you don't want any suffering falls upon them. So we don't have to go into details. But one is health, happiness, peace. If one likes prosperity, prosperous not in terms of getting rich, and then can spend what you want. Prosperous so that they can support the practice of Dharma for oneself and for others as well. With that intention, prosperity should be streamlined, not to become a millionaire and billionaire, but for the purpose of putting people on the path, including yourself, on the path of wholesomeness. To support it, money is useful. Without the money, we cannot have this center. So that's a reason that some people might misunderstood. Keep in mind, prosperity is a very specific channel for the development of wholesomeness for the human race. With that purpose, one needs to assign in this saying. So that is what one's wish. Now, is wishing enough? Okay, everybody can wish, but it has to be very specific. You need a datum line, a baseline. One I have love, my loving kindness is bigger, better, and so on and so forth. So just to standardize it, you need a baseline. The baseline is a person love himself or herself the most. Regardless how much you say, I love my spouse or children or this or that, if you boil down to it, it is you love yourself. Okay, let's put an example. You love your children. Yes, I'll give my life for my children. Yes. As long as the children are behaving well, listening to you, oh, fantastic, great and happy. But let's pick up a child, a teenager who rebel and do everything opposite and fight the parents. At that moment, I don't think you are really in love with your child. You are really angry. Anger is hatred. That's why one loves oneself the most. That's why you see a lot of announcement or legal document, disinherited, disown the children. Things can go wrong. So the baseline is yourself. So as much as you love yourself, you want yourself to be healthy, happy, and peaceful, and prosperous. So that's a base. And when you wish for others, nothing less than what you wish for yourself. That is the standard or the level of welfare you wish for others. So these parameters have to be set with precision. And now you identified others with self. They will get no less than what you want for yourself in every way. It's the identification of self and others as one. That's loving kindness. Now, we know the object, we know how to wish for it, and we know at what level, no less than at what level. We have all these set. Now, how do we do it? How do we do it is, you start with somebody who you like and you love, near and dear. That is the first person you have to choose. So, in here, when you choose that person, there are certain things that one needs to be careful or avoid. And these are all according to the scripture. You do not choose the opposite sex. Okay? In general, a male having a female as an object, female as a male object. But now it's a complicated world. So whatever the sex or gender or whatever types that can arouse sexuality in you, you avoid that. Simple word is, for a gay, don't go for another man as an object, a gay guy. So that is the idea of it. And that is where the very subtle craving and lust can deceive you as loving kindness. So this part, choose a person that you like, that you love, that is close to you, but not of the same sex, or the sex that you prefer to involve. So that is one part. And once you got that, you take that person. And how would you choose that person? You have so many friends and so many relatives. The way you choose is, that person is, you scan through a group of people that you like, that you love, that you are near and dear. Scan through them. A face. Among them there's a face. Whenever you see that face, you smile. Whenever you see that face, you're happy. That's a person you choose. You don't have to create it, it's already there. Okay. Whenever you come across that person, you feel good, you smile, you feel light. That is automatically that person qualities are generating that feeling in you. You have to find that one, scan out that one, and pick up that one person. So you don't have to purposely happiness and healthiness and squeeze yourself mind out. It's just that that object automatically is evoking this feeling in you. So that's the person you choose. Now you got that person. Once you got that person, now you practice. What you practice is, first and foremost, if you can, visualize. If you can visualize. Close your eyes and visualize that person's face in you. Just like in person, when you see make you smile, and if you can see that face in your visualization, it makes that automatically is generating some sort of a happiness and peacefulness and lightness in you. You visualized. And if you don't know how to visualize, you start with, let's say, take a picture of that. Put a picture near your meditation. And then look at that picture, close the picture. Close your eyes. Look at the picture, close your eye. Alternatively, go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, till you can see that face in your mind without the assistance of the picture. That is, if you don't know how to visualize right away, that's a step one has to take. In other words, you close your eyes, you can visualize this, and you can see it, that face. Keep in mind, that is the face that makes you happy. Not with raga, just a person, that person quality. Just, let's put one thing. Somebody who has helped you a lot in your life. Somebody who has put you on the path. Buddhists mostly have a teacher who teach you Dharma teacher, that you really, really click with, gel with. Something you owe a lot of gratitude, somebody who helps you, especially in terms of wholesome quality. Those are the safe bets. So visualize it, you can see it. And while you are seeing, it's not only visualization. That visualization is to evoke all the feelings you have with interaction with that person, even in the mind. And then you say, may so-and-so be well, happy, and peaceful. Well, happy, and peaceful. So, there are two things. One thing is the object, the person, in your mind eye. And at the same time, you're wishing all these well wishes towards that person. Well, happy, and peaceful. We just put it in a different way. Let's go back to Vipassana. Rising and falling, and rising movement, falling movement. Yes, rising, falling, you're focusing on it, actually moving up and down, up and down. And also in the mind, rising, sitting, falling, touching. Two things, two sets. Just like that, rising, falling, the face is the rising, fall, the actual rising, falling. Well, happy and peaceful is rising, sitting, falling, moving. The words that you are saying. Just like that. So, two sets. One is the person, face, or whatever you visualize. Another one is wishing for that person. You say it again and again and again and again repeatedly. The key point is, you put it in such a way you can visualize and see it in your mind eye, and then wishing that person that feeling and all the well wishes. Say it again and say it again and say it again. You do that again and again, and at the beginning, of course, you cannot keep that person's face in you all the time. But you develop in such a way, eventually you come to the point of you can visualize this person whenever you wish and whenever you close your eyes. You can see that person in your mind eye, so to speak, on demand. You close your eyes, your intention is on that person, there's the picture. That to that level you practice. And when you got to that level, along with the wishes, when you got to that level, you have attained the first jhana. You have attained the jhana using loving kindness meditation, loving kindness to that specific person, wishing all these things, and you can on demand close your eyes and visualize and meditate on it. That's the first jhana when you can do to that level. And when you're doing that, this is just the way that you see as you can on demand can see it. There are process too. The process are changing in there. But you people, when you see, when you can develop, as you are developing and practicing, you feel satisfied. How do I know that I have the first jhana with loving kindness? Practice, and you feel satisfied at whatever you are having. Oh, I can practice. You are happy to see that person. You are happy that you are wishing welfare for that person in the same way as you want for yourself. You feel satisfied, really satisfied. Okay? That is a simple way of putting it. Satisfied is piti. When we are practicing jhana meditation or concentration meditation, it is first of all is the vitta visara, applied thought. Applied thought is you are trying to visualize that person again and again and wishing wellness. That is vitta. Visara. Visara is you can sustain that picture in your mind. You can hold on and you can sustain it, keep it, not disappearing and something interjecting and taking away. That is visara, sustained thought. And then as you can do that, you feel satisfied. Satisfied is piti, rapture. I purposely put the word satisfied because as soon as you say piti, 5 kinds of piti and which piti, then where is it, what it is, people who study a lot can go into that direction. Forget about all these things. You really feel satisfied that you can do it. You are having piti. And then not only that, the next one is you begin to feel happy. Not just satisfied, just happy, become settled. In other words, there's excitement become less. Happy and peaceful, happy and peaceful. And when you feel that happiness and peacefulness, that is sukha. You see sukha. And then the last one is you can get that visualized picture on demand. That is ekaggata, one-pointedness. These are the 5 qualities of the first jhana. Applied thought, sustained thought, rapture, happiness, and one-pointedness. Then you have developed the first jhana with that specific person in mind that you like. And you can be in that mood. Now once you become skillful with that person, the next one is you have to choose a person that is neutral to you. And then you practice the same process with that neutral person till you can have the face of the neutral person on demand. That's the second step. The third step is once you become skillful with these 2, now you take somebody you hate, your enemy, as an object, and you go through the same process again till you can sustain the face of the enemy in your visualization and apply the same kind of happiness and peace to that person. That's the third stage. And once you can apply that to the one who is near, dear, neutral, and enemy, now you take the collective, the whole living beings, sattva, all the living beings in the universe, and you practice the same process. It's a collective living beings, and you apply this loving kindness exactly as you wish for yourself, for all. That is loving kindness meditation. And of course, if you wish, you can go up to second jhana, third jhana, up to fourth jhana. That is a samatha line. But people who are practicing vipassana Okay? The first jhana is plenty. So that is how one practice Metta meditation, okay? As a concentration meditation, samatha meditation. And when you have that, what happens is you have achieved a Ceto Vimukti. What it is your mind is liberated when you achieve that. What does it mean my mind is liberated? Mean your mind is free from mental defilements, lobha, dosa and moha. But it is not permanent, but as long as you keep practicing that loving kindness can keep away the mental defilements away from oneself. You practice, you stay, but it is not permanent. It cannot uproot it. Whenever you practice less, or whenever a certain condition becomes so strong, adverse effects are so strong, you can fall back down. Only vipassana can keep you the permanent liberation from mental defilements. This one can keep the mental defilements at bay. So, we talk about loving kindness, and we know how to act physically and verbally, and this is how we do mentally. It takes a long time. Just from the talk, you can imagine how long it will take you. But if you focus only on this one, you might spend your whole lifetime without practicing to know anything about nama and rupa, which is vipassana. So, keep that in mind. Loving kindness meditation is very supportive for the vipassana meditation, to stabilize oneself, to keep oneself cool and calm, so that you can penetrate into the nature of mind and matter quicker and faster. So may all of you be able to infuse yourself with loving kindness and practice mindfulness and sight meditation and attain liberation from all form of suffering as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sharing merit. Imaya. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapati Patiya Buddham Bujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapati Patiya Dhammam Bujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapati Patiya Sangham Pujemi. Adda imaya patipatiya jara maranamma primochesami idame punya adavekya vahan hotu idame silam mega palanyanasa picheo hotu imano punya bagam sabba satanam dema sabbe sata sukhita huntu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Buddham Bujemi. Dhammam Bujemi. Sangham Bujemi. Thank you very much.